interrupt this transmission to bring you the following live broadcast.
How's everyone doing tonight? Woo! It's Wednesday. It's 6 o'clock somewhere. With
John
ready in his chair. And almost 10 whole people watching from home. Are you ready? I said, are you ready? It's time for the ThinkSoJoE Show!
is muted. There we are. Hi, welcome to the show. Yes, we are here. All right, there we go. Get that background noise out of there. All right, we're here. We're on the air. We hit the button on time this week.
We had the timer going.
Yeah, we're good. We're
good.
We're on time this week.
Back on track.
I'm gonna share the video on Facebook so people can just watch along on Facebook if they want to, because it helps for people to know that we're here and that we're doing stuff. We're playing 3 artists today that we've never played before.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I was kind of like, who's playing this weekend? And then I'm like, okay, well, I've never heard of this person. I've never heard of this person. I've never heard of this person. But one is playing a really cool show along with our living brain dead bass player Ryan in Shambles. One has a new single out that's off her upcoming EP. And one is from Rochester and playing a show out there. So
Nice.
we're gonna, get some exposure for some bands out here. So I'm like, the one we're playing, the second artist we're playing today, she's from here. She moved to New York, and she moved back. So I'm like, oh, she might be like too big for us to play. And then I looked, and it's like, oh, you have just as many Facebook likes as our band. So cool. Cool. We're even. We're good. So we're still helping, hopefully. I'm gonna share this to my personal Facebook. Watch John. I have to scroll down to find you when I just type your name. And I fumble through another episode. Share now. And it'll pop up on the screen in a second that I shared, I bet. Anyway, or not. Maybe not. I don't know. There it is. Hey, I shared. Look, see? If you share, your name will pop up on the screen. I'm not saying it. Not saying it, Laura. I'll put it on. Not saying it. We're going to get to see John Cena at the end of next month. He's coming back at the end of this month, but probably to set up something for SummerSlam. We're going to SummerSlam.
Yes.
So we won't get the personal interaction that we got with Mick Foley when we see John Cena.
Yeah.
But
that was a good show.
Yeah, man. That was your first Mick Foley
experience.
first Mick Foley show.
I didn't go fan crazy.
You did not.
I held it together. I wanted to.
So we're up on the stage, and you're getting your autograph signed, and Mick goes, who do I make it out to? You say John, and he goes J, and you go Jon, and I'm like, you need to. I said just put the H in parentheses. Give it a little nod to Laura. SummerSlam's taking place in Nashville this year, so we're playing a show on the 29th, and then
we got to catch a plane,
and then we're flying to Nashville.
We ain't getting any sleep,
dude.
No sleep at all,
dude. First of all, I'm like, July is gonna suck for me because July 1st, we're going to Pittsburgh. July 1st. July 2nd is Muller Mania down at Stamps with the Twin Lions reuniting, and You know, a couple of other great bands on there of Night and Light and a couple of others that I'm not too familiar with. And then and then July 3rd is my kid's graduation party.
Really?
Yeah.
You got a busy month, bud.
Yeah, man. And then at the end of the month, like I said, we're playing the 29th. We're flying out to go to Nashville on the 30th.
Yeah.
So.
Excited, SummerSlam live.
I refuse. You are Laura.
I'm Laura.
No, not you. Not you. Her.
Her.
She
Excuse me for a minute.
spelled mistake wrong too.
Oh.
I'm gonna leave this up there. You spelled mistake wrong. It's gonna stay there now.
Go to the whole show.
No. No, because then it'll cover up the merchandise stuff. And we still want to sell merch, so buy your Ask John t-shirts.
Yes, buy
You
my
bought-
own merch.
You
with
bought
my
some.
face on it.
You bought some Mick Foley merchandise. Obviously, you're wearing it right now. You bought a Mr. Sacco, bloody Mr. Sacco.
Yeah, for my brother.
You did. And so this event that we went to over the weekend on Sunday, Mick Foley threw together was literally like, hey, I'm gonna be in Niagara Falls, and then I'm going down to like Cuba, New York. So, is there any chance I can do Buffalo and put all the proceeds towards the May 14th Victims Fund? And so I guess, according to him, he called Helium, which is where he usually does his shows when he's here in Buffalo. So he called Helium, and Helium was like, we'd love to do it, but can we do it some other time? Because we're booked that night. Yeah. And so he apparently cold called Nietzsche's, like, hey, this is Mick Foley. Can I come do a show at your bar? And they were like, yeah, let's do it. And then had everything set within tickets on sale within like 3 days.
Yeah, sold out.
All the ticket sales and all the merch sales went to the 514 Victims Fund, and he auctioned the flannel that he was wearing during the set
For $700.
$700. I was half tempted to bid at like $350.
I would have bid, but I'm in debt. I owe a lot of people money.
Like John could have probably bought the thing and just given it to me
sure.
and been like, here, this is for all the money you've loaned me, all the money I borrowed off you, the tickets you've bought for me.
I'm in debt for life. I'm lucky I'm still alive. Yeah, I'm lucky he didn't go Stewie Griffin on me.
Where's my money, man? Where's my money? So Mick ended up raising like $10,000.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Between ticket sales and merch sales and auctioning the flannel off his back for $700. I was like half tempted at $350 to be like, oh, $350, but
he was funny, and like you said, and everybody, I know he's the nicest guy you ever meet.
Oh, absolutely, he's so nice, so friendly. He's never heard of any of the wrestling channels I work for, apparently, but that's okay. We'll forgive him because he is a busy man.
He does have family out there, kind of.
He does, and I will
awesome.
We'll give a quick plug to his podcast, which is Foley is Pod, that he does with Mr. Conrad Thompson. So,
nice.
If you're a wrestling fan, you want to hear some great stories from Mick Foley. That's I'm sure that's available everywhere. I haven't personally listened to it yet, but I did get. There was a news story. And I'm reading the headlines for the wrestling news, and it's like, you just wrestled your last match. WWE legend tells of his conversation with Vince McMahon. I'm like, that's Mick Foley. That was after he couldn't remember shit after during a match. He went and told Vince, and Vince was like, you wrestled your last match. And sure enough, that's what they're like, oh, on Foley's pod, he revealed this. Like, no, he didn't reveal that on Foley's pod. He said that many times in the past. Like, that's not news. That's, common knowledge, I thought, but I guess not. So, but yeah, he was telling some great stories. He was talking about getting stopped at the border.
Yeah, what 90 pair of socks in his...
Yeah, something like 200 pairs of socks or something,
200 pairs.
like
He signed them all.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Hell in a Cell match.
Yeah.
Told us about the match with Triple H, the Royal Rumble, Madison Square Garden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it was a great show, and he told some great stories.
He did a good impression of Terry Funk and Dusty Rhodes.
Yeah. I meant to ask him, but I was like set on asking him if he knew about like WrestleMania and Slat Rock and all that,
Yeah.
like the wrestling channels I work for, so I could be like, oh, I'm the voice of those channels, you know. And unfortunately, he was unfamiliar with them. But like part of me, when he was telling the Terry Funk story about like the Hell in a Cell or about like wrestling in Japan, like part of me was like, I should ask him about Terry Funk's country records, which you can listen to them on YouTube. Like somebody's uploaded them to YouTube, so
I
you
didn't
can.
know he played music.
He's got a couple of country albums.
That's what's up.
Yeah, and unfortunately, by the time I found out about them, they were going for like thousands of dollars on vinyl. So I'm like, yeah, I don't want to. I'm not spending that much money to listen to Terry Funk try and sing. I mean, I've listened. I went and watched the YouTube. You know, somebody put the whole album up, and it's like, oh, this isn't half bad, but I'm not spending that much money on this. Like, there's one record in my want list on Discogs, and it keeps coming up at like $75, and I'm like, I'm not spending that much, and I actually want that record. So, I did just drop like $70 on the South Park Bigger, Longer, Uncut Deluxe Edition 20th Anniversary vinyl of the soundtrack.
Yeah.
So it's like, because like I was watching a video, and it's like, oh, here's all this stuff about South Park, and it's like, oh, the 20th Anniversary Deluxe Edition vinyl, and it's like, oh, it's really hard to find, and it's hard to come by, and I'm like, how hard? Like, oh, look, there it is.
I was wondering. I was gonna ask Mick Foley if it was his idea to present the 24/7 title.
Oh.
That on Raw.
Did you see him? There was a video. Somebody had a replica 24/7 title, and he rolled him up and pinned him. Mick Foley did.
Oh yeah. Because he's the one that presented it.
Yeah. I sent my mom. My picture of me with Mick Foley. Because I was listening to Garth Brooks earlier, and I sent my mom a picture of the Garth Brooks record. Like, hey, I thought you'd appreciate what I'm listening to, and she's, oh yeah, Garth's great. Has he announced when he's putting his Buffalo tickets on sale? Because he postponed them after the shooting.
Yeah.
And apparently they go on sale next week, so I'm gonna have to have money next week. But I'm like, oh, she's like, oh, you're gonna buy one and go? I said, no, I'm gonna buy two and convince you to go. And she's, well, I don't want to stand up for 2 hours. My mom thinks she's gonna have to stand up if we get like cheap seats to the Garth Brooks show. Like, no, you'll be able to sit and see everything. Like you don't got to worry about it. No, people are going to stand up, and I don't want to stand up. I'm done standing. Like, okay, Mom, sure, whatever. And then I started talking about, like, we had to stand at the Mick Foley show because it was at Nietzsche's, which is not a sit-down venue. Did I pass along your phone number? I did not, Mark. I'm sorry. Anyway, so I sent her the picture of me with Mick Foley. Because I got into, like, we had to stand because it's Nietzsche's, and that's not a venue with, like, tables or nothing, It's not your traditional comedy club like Helium would be. It's literally a bar with a stage at the end of it. And so I sent her the picture of me with Mick Foley. And she's like, oh, that's a great picture. I said, yeah, it's way better than the picture I got the last time. So I sent her the old picture of me with Mick Foley. She's like, oh, that's a great picture, too. I'm like, yeah, but it's, like, really overexposed. So, like, I'm really glad I got a better picture with him. And then my friend, my friend Jenny messaged me the next night. She went and saw him in Cuba the next night, Monday night. And she sends me this picture. Her boyfriend is Goop from Over and Out and Rad Ops. And so she sends me this picture of Goop with a steel chair, and Mick going like this, like, oh shit, like, that is a cool picture. Like, I really wish we would have thought of something like that, but, you know, instead I'm just doing the, you know, bang, bang. Yeah.
He did the bang.
Yeah.
So she wants me to say her name.
Yeah, she's been trying to get me to say it, but I won't say it. So she wants you to say her name. Did I have braids the last time? No, I did not.
It says John Cena's my favorite wrestler.
So she says, John has a brother. What letter does he have missing? Since you're missing an H.
He's not missing any. Steven.
I was trying. I really wanted to get Mick Foley to sign your name, J-O, and then in parentheses, H.
He smirked a little.
He did, absolutely did.
I do not look like my brother. You totally look different. You met my brother.
I have met your brother.
We don't look alike.
No, not at all.
Not at all.
No, you look like you'd be more brothers with a certain famous individual.
Shut up. Don't even say his name in my presence. Don't you dare. And don't you even play the song. I got your guitars over here.
You got two of my guitars over there. There's two more over here. You're fucked. Anyway.
I'm fucked.
Anyway. Yeah. No, I got two more guitar stands, so I'm like, I'm gonna put some guitars in here for now.
Play it. I'm welcome to the jungle or anything like that. I'm gone.
I'm thinking about what we're gonna do at the next show, and because like we haven't played Stamps in forever.
Yeah.
We're playing Stamps next month, so I kind of am thinking of like after we play the first song, just being like, "Do you know where we are?" And then like be like, "We're in the jungle, baby. You're gonna die." Just to fuck with you.
I quit. No, but the last time we played Stamps was my first show. With
really? It's been that long?
Yes.
Jeez.
It was my debut.
Wow. So yeah,
you guys thought I was 19 or 18 or 16.
Yeah, we're long overdue to play Stamps. Yes. So July 29th, we're back. Yellow Sauce, I think, is also on that show, and I don't know who else.
2 years, man. I'm almost two and a half.
Yeah.
Years and a half.
Yeah, because wasn't that like my birthday show or something? That first show? Jeez. So that was like, 2.5 years ago. Jeez, man. It's been forever since we've played Stamps. I'm playing Stamps on Friday on Saturday rather with Yellow Sauce. So I'm doing all the research for today's podcast to put together a playlist of music to play. And I go to the page, the Facebook event page, for the Yellow Sauce show coming up on Saturday, an acoustic banger. It's put on by DeFabulous Promotions, and it's like meet your host, DeFabulous Promotions, and then none of the bands. Like, great, I actually have to type in the bands I'm looking for, and not to rip on DeFabulous Promotions, but, make the bands hosts. I always do when I do. But she wasn't the only one. There was like another one of these events that were putting together that I was picking out where it didn't have any of the bands. It was just the venue, which I think is the one at Bug Jar, which is the last band we're playing today is playing on that one. But yeah, if you're doing an event page, make the bands hosts. I did the Muller Mania one, so I did it from the ThinkSoJoE page, because is John's brother called Mick, missing the E for Mike.
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So, but when I did the Muller Mania, I did it from the ThinkSoJoE page, and I'm just like, where, I tagged, because it wasn't an all WNY event, so I did it from my own page, but I tagged DeFabulous Promotions because she did all the work for it. Yeah. Tagged all the bands that at least the ones that I'm familiar with and know what their Facebook pages are. Yeah. I made them all hosts. That's how you do that, but either way, it's great show coming up on Saturday. Let me see what we got. It's Yellow Sauce, Philip Steven, Julian Bergio, and Astra Beulah. That's going to be a killer show, 7:30 at $7 and 21 and up. It Stamps on Saturday. It's going to be a good one. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go out. I'm going to maybe go out tomorrow depending on the weather. We're not playing any of the bands from this show on the show today, but I'll give it a plug anyway. It is Pharaoh and Fernway are playing down at Kaz Park out here in South Buffalo. And I was going to go, I mentioned on last week's show, I was going to go see Tina Williams on Thursday last week, but she canceled her show. And somebody commented, hey, Grosh is playing down at the park. I was like, shit, I'm going to go see Grosh. And Grosh is one of those bands, you go see them when you want to feel like you are like the worst, instrumentalist ever because they are so good. You just go watch them like, okay, I'm gonna quit playing music now because I'm never gonna be that good. I'm watching Grace. I'm particularly watching Grace Logan, the guitar player from Grosh. I'm watching her play fingerstyle Led Zeppelin songs. I'm just like, I can't even play that with a pick. Like, goddamn. So that was pretty cool. You got to getting to go see one of my favorite bands. We haven't played them on the show in a while, mostly because they play everywhere all the time. So it's like we would end up playing them every week.
Yeah.
So I try to not play them all the time, but it was really fun to get a chance to go see them and hang out. Hey, look who's in the chat.
Sam, what's up?
John, which is better, mangoes from Spain or Italy? he's got a look. Mangoes from Spain.
Uh-oh.
Because he said it so confidently. John, thoughts on feet? Feet.
Wait, what the fuck?
Thoughts on you bought a sock the other day. That's what they're meant for.
He uses that. Okay. These questions are getting. I don't know what to do. Thoughts on
feet. You answer the question. That's what you do. That's why we have Ask John t-shirts in the merch store.
Thoughts on feet.
Merch.ThinkSoJoE.com. You can go buy Ask John t-shirts in 3 different colors.
Black, red, and blue. Blue's my favorite color.
There you go.
I'm going to collect all 3.
Yeah.
But yes, my thoughts on feet.
Yeah, thoughts on feet.
Smelly? I don't know.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't get foot fetishes. Remember, John, if you were stumped, the answer is yes.
Thank you, Sam.
So, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, I don't not to kink shame anybody, but like, I don't get foot fetishes.
Yeah.
My feet are gross though, so I don't know. Anyway. But yeah. But yes, ask your questions to John, and then buy your Ask John t-shirt in the merch store.
Merch.ThinkSoJoE.com. Ask me questions, man.
I myself am wearing a t-shirt from a YouTuber. This is from Channel 33 RPM, the great Frank Landry over there, talking about vinyl gear and more. Nice. So, cheap plug for him. Oh, man. Like, I love that channel, Channel 33 RPM. And I was telling the story last week, actually, about this shirt. Because he had originally... I originally ordered a shirt that said... It was a Pepsi logo, and it said vinyl. And then it said the choice of my generation. And he was like... dude, they're not letting me sell this shirt. Do you want a different shirt or you just want a refund? I was like, give me the Columbia House one. Like, why are they letting you legit use the Columbia House logo on this shirt, but you couldn't use a parody of the Pepsi logo, which would fall under fair use? I don't understand it. And he's like, I don't get it either, man, but I'll send you out the Columbia House one. So But yeah, great channel over there, Frank Landry's channel 33 RPM. It's actually, if you see in the back, I got the Living Brain Dead thing there. It's actually a slip mat made by a company called Analog Restorations. I found out about them from Frank's channel, and they were supposed to send me another one, and I never got it. So I don't know what's up with that. I should probably find out. I was supposed to get that, and I was supposed to get a care package from another company that was doing something or other. I don't remember what, and I never got that either. So, companies, if you were supposed to send me free shit, where is it? I just got a refund on some shit today, man. I got this new road case for my pedals, and it was supposed to have wheels, and I paid extra for the wheels, and I didn't get the wheels. So I was like, well, what the fuck? So I sent him a message, and I was like, I don't want to return the damn thing. Like, I don't need the wheels, but can I get my money back for the wheels? And they were like, yeah, sure. You sure you didn't get the wheels? I'm like, yeah, I'm positive I didn't get the wheels. The only thing in the case was the generous roll of Velcro. And there's, they said there might be like holes pre-drilled. I'm like, I don't even have the holes. I don't have the wheels. I got nothing. They're like, okay, cool. Here's your money back. All right, cool. So I got an extra $40. John, what would you do with $1 million? Let me pull this up on screen and read it. But every single store, off or online, was closed. What would you do with $1 million? If you had $1 million, what would you do if every single store was closed?
And online was closed.
Yeah. So what would you do with $1 million?
I don't know.
You don't know. I mean,
what's my options? Like,
you wouldn't have to walk to the store.
No.
You could take a limousine because it would cost more.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have to eat craft dinners.
True.
But you would eat craft dinners.
Yeah.
You just eat more of them.
Yeah.
Really expensive Dijon ketchups. Anyway, you put a tree fort in your yard.
I could.
Yeah, Laura could help. It wouldn't be that hard.
Yeah, she could.
Anyway. Just because I got to reference Bare Naked Ladies on the show. I'm going to have to listen to that vinyl after the show now. I got the very best of the Bare Naked Ladies. Great album. Anyway.
Might cover one of their songs and come out with a 90s album.
Yeah, that might be the next thing after the... Well, I mean, we got to write new shit.
Yeah, we got to write new shit.
And then do another cover, maybe another.
Maybe a 90s album in the future.
But definitely not a 7-song 90s album because we're already struggling with 7. Wasted Reject X ThinkSoJoE show coming soon, 2020 something. Sure. Yes, absolutely.
I heard one of his new tracks. Cool, really good.
John, what happens after the show?
Party!
Usually a super kick party.
Yeah, pretty much.
We're usually just sitting here watching AEW Dynamite for
a hockey game.
And a hockey game.
At the same time.
Usually both. There's no hockey tonight, though.
No, there's Dynamite.
Colorado had to ruin it. They had to go and sweep Edmonton. Now there's no hockey to watch. Now we're just stuck watching wrestling.
Super Kick Party and Warlord powerbombing everybody.
Yeah. No CM Punk, though.
No CM Punk. Broken foot.
Yeah, bummer. Oh, well. I mean, better a broken foot than a torn pec. Did you see that bruise on Cody?
Just like Triple H.
Yeah. I forgot about the Triple H one until, like, because Buff Bagwell posted something about the injury on Twitter, and I was like, oh, I was going to ask you, if that was legit, because I don't know what that actually looks like, if that was makeup or if that's actually what it looks like. He said, no, that is what a torn pec actually looks like. That's what X-Pac looked like on WrestleMania weekend. And then somebody sent me the picture of Triple H with the same bruise, and it's, oh, okay. John, thoughts on the Big Boss Man?
The Big Boss Man. Oh, my God.
Big Boss Man. If you ever take a trip down to Cobb County, Georgia?
No. But, yeah, he was a good wrestler. The last time before he passed, he was in a corporation, was he?
Yeah.
He was good. He was better as a heel.
Yeah. Yeah, my buddy Andrew J. Reimers, he sent in when we were doing Board Wrestling Fan. He was supposed to come in and he was going to do Dusty Rhodes' theme, Common Man Boogie. He was going to come onto the show and do it with his full band, but then like that big storm hit and we were buried under like 6 feet of snow. I couldn't get home for like 4 days, and then when I finally got home, he's like, dude, there's no way I'm going to be able to make it over to you. So he recorded in his bedroom Hard Times, the Big Boss Man's theme. And did a fantastic job of it. I got to find that and play it for you sometime. But anyway, John and Joe, do you think the MJF promo was a work or not? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Totally ripped off CM Punk.
Well, yeah.
But it's got to be leading to something.
Yeah, I mean, they're not going to give him
big.
that. If that was going to be if that was a shoot.
Well, they took him off the merch. They took him off the roster.
It's art mirroring real life in the sense of like the Sasha Banks and Naomi thing where they walked off and WWE suspended them and took all their shit off the website. But I don't feel like MJF is. I don't feel like they would give him that TV time if it was a shoot. I think they would have just been like, okay, go home then. See ya.
Yeah, they wouldn't do that. He does the greatest promos ever.
Yeah. All right. So I actually asked this artist to tell me how to pronounce her name, and I don't think she ever got back to me. I'm actually going to check real quick before we jump into this next song, because if she got back to me, I don't want to fuck it up. Let's see here. And I don't think she ever got back to me. So I'm assuming this is Noone, Adrianna Noone, Noone. Adrianna Noone is playing Friday at Good Bar as part of Good Bar Bands Together. Good Bar Bands Together for Buffalo. I put Fro Buffalo. Along with Off the Wall, Shambles, James Drive, and Lost Like Lions. 100% of proceeds go to the 514 Victims Fund. That's at 7 p.m. It's $10. It's 21 and up at Mr. Goodbar. I don't know if that's upstairs or downstairs. So we'll find out when we get there, I guess. That's where I plan to be on Friday night. I think that's where you plan to be on Friday night. So this is Adrianna Noone, and this song is called Right as Rain on All WNY ThinkSoJoE Show.
this ain't the way it's supposed to be. If you only knew the hopes I had, how it all looked in my head. I don't want my name to bring pain. The villain in your dream, it would surely kill me. It's slowly killing me and time drags by. And I'm a bad guy, so don't leave me lonesome tonight. It's hard to leave the arms of one in the dead of night, to go back to a place that doesn't feel quite right as a rain. None like home. And the worst sleep you'll ever know is when the good nights have all run cold. So I ask of you, I'd leave any room for you, follow your lead in the best way. At least that's my intention. And I may let you down, that's to be human. But no, I'll never leave you with a frown. I won't give up. Call me crazy tonight. Don't leave me lonesome tonight. Don't leave me lonesome. Just wanna be right as the rain, right as the rain, right as the rain. Just wanna be right as the rain.
Adrianna Noone on all WNY ThinkSoJoE show, playing Friday at Good Bar. That's 1110 Elmwood Avenue here in Buffalo. As part of Good Bar, Bands Together for Buffalo, along with Off the Wall, Shambles, James Drive, and Lost Like Lions. 100% of proceeds go to the 514 Victims Fund. 7 p.m., $10, 21 and up. And Off the Wall's a really cool band too. Like that was the band when I ended up at emo night. They were playing, and the first song I heard them play was "Sweet Child of Mine," and I thought of you.
Yeah, you
And I
messaged me.
I messaged the band.
And I was like, ah.
But their guitar player fucking shreds Off the Wall, so I'm looking forward to that. And of course, Shambles. I literally am in last month's, I can't think of the name of the damn magazine off the top of my head, but I'm in a magazine last month, literally saying Shambles is my favorite band. So and of course, I mean that song that we just heard is just fantastic.
Oh, yeah.
So I am so looking forward to seeing her play. Lost Like Lions is great. I'm not familiar with James Drive, but definitely looking forward to this show on Friday. And So we'll be there. I'll be there. Hopefully you'll make it out.
Friday, yeah.
Yeah. We'll see some great music. Let's see what we got going on in the chat here. John, thoughts on Home Alone 5?
I knew she was gonna ask you that.
Did you watch it yet?
I actually did.
You did? Did you really?
Yep.
Okay. Let's tell me about this movie. I've never seen it. So what am I missing?
Not much. I mean, it's pretty much the same thing.
Okay.
I did not. I was hoping I would see Laura. Because she wanted me to watch it.
She keeps wanting everybody to watch it. We think she's secretly in it.
I was really like, eyes to the screen. See if I can see her.
All right. There you go. You got somebody to watch that movie. It wasn't me. It still won't be me.
It wasn't that bad, but it was just like the same thing, Home Alone 5. Just like the first one. I mean, nothing's better than the original and the second one.
John and Joe, Hell in a Cell, Mankind versus Dude Love versus Cactus Jack. Who wins?
Hell in a Cell.
Hell in a Cell, Dude Love, Mankind, Faces of Foley against each other in a Hell in a Cell.
I'm going with my favorite when he did Mankind.
Okay, I think I got Cactus Jack. I think he's the toughest out of the three.
Dude Love's probably the weakest.
Laura gave the shout out to Dude Love. She said Dude Love somewhere in here. There it is. She said Dude Love.
Mick Foley didn't even bring up Dude Love.
What's that?
Mick Foley never even brought up Dude Love.
No. It didn't happen to come up. So,
that's the question. I probably
he
should
was,
ask
when we got our picture taken, he was wearing a tie-dye shirt.
Yes, he was.
So.
And a Santa Claus
overshirt, yeah.
Overshirt, yeah.
Which, when I met him the last time, he was also wearing a Santa Claus overshirt.
Oh, he was?
With a WrestleMania 29 t-shirt underneath. But
he's a big guy.
Yeah, I mean, so we were talking about maybe bringing him a t-shirt, but I don't know what size he takes. And I do know that he is currently over 300 pounds because he recently did, I don't know if it was on his podcast or if he just did an interview, and he said, yeah, I'll come back to WWE TV if they want me after I get under 300 pounds. So I know he's over 300 pounds. We never ended up bringing him a shirt because I don't know what size he is. But I think it's bigger than sizes that we have on hand.
Yeah.
I know we have XLs for most shirts. Like our older shirt, we do have like a 2X and a 4X, but like I don't want to bring him a 2X and he's too small for it, or a 4X, and it's like, how fat do you think I am? So, we didn't end up bringing.
We'll figure it out. Maybe he comes back into town.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. So have we tried 3X? No. We don't have any 3X. We could probably get them pretty easily. So, but we currently don't have them. So Laura says she just phoned her hitman, John Hyde. Does your hitman wear pink and black? Does your hitman think he's the greatest thing ever?
Why does she need a hitman?
The greatest thing that ever was, is, or will be, even though, the Heartbreak Kid was way better. Sorry, Brian. Facts are facts.
He's a showstopper.
Yeah. I don't know, man. Bret Hart just became like just this bitter old man. Like, yeah, everybody sucks except for me. His house has got that old man stink that he was complaining about when he bought Mr. Burns' mansion on The Simpsons. How do I not have that action figure? I got a Weird Al Simpsons action figure, but not the Bret Hart one. I don't know. Doesn't make sense. You'd think I'd have that one. Anyway. Yeah. So I actually did inventory on all our merch over the course of the weekend.
How was that?
It took a minute. I'm just kind of like, okay, what do we have? Because mostly because we're trying to get rid of one set of shirts. We only have XLs left in the Shield shirts that we have. So it's like, all right, let's try and get rid of these. And as soon as, so like I spent the night just doing inventory, and then I packed up a couple of the pro-choice shirts to send out to somebody out in Michigan. And then like right before I was leaving to go throw those in a mailbox down the street, my buddy ordered one of the Shield shirts. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna throw that one in there too. So got shop.livingbraindad.com. Go buy some of our merch too. Plus merch.thinksojoe.com. Go buy your Ask John t-shirts. Think So Joe Blockbuster t-shirt that I was wearing last week. You know, great shirts.
When are you going to buy my shirt? I'll buy your shirt.
When are you going to buy your shirt?
Payday tomorrow.
Yeah, you just, like I said, for you just give me the money, and then
I'll give you the money, yeah.
Get it for you at cost, so you don't have to pay retail. But yeah, I'll buy your shirt. Rock an Ask John t-shirt. So when you buy your shirts, I'll buy myself one. So it's just all one order. It'll all just show up at the same time. So of course I'll get the black one because now she says, John, thoughts on blockbusters.
Blockbusters.
So I assume she means like Blockbuster Films and not the video store that is just a singular Blockbuster. What do you think of Blockbuster summer films, like, you know, like Jaws? What have you seen Jaws?
Yeah.
What did you think of Jaws? Because I've given my thoughts on Jaws on this show before, and it doesn't seem to agree with public opinion. But what are your thoughts on Jaws? I'll give you some summer blockbusters.
Okay.
And you tell me your thoughts on them. So Jaws.
First, Jaws.
Start with Jaws.
Well, I mean, the effects could have been better, but
okay.
It wasn't that bad.
I recall not really liking it.
I wish they could do a remake of it.
Maybe with like better effects.
Effects.
The thing about Jaws, the film Jaws, is you don't see the shark very often, and the reason for that is the damn thing didn't work. Like the mechanical shark like just barely worked.
Really?
So they were like, you know what? Let's just not show the shark that much. So that is actually like what adds to the suspense of Jaws is you don't see the shark.
See, and then the song, perfect, but yeah, I use that when my dog gets in trouble. Like, oh, or Pepper.
All right, so blockbuster movies. Jurassic Park, another movie I have a controversial take on. Jurassic Park.
Jurassic Park. I don't get this Jurassic Lost thing that's coming out.
Okay.
All that. I love Jurassic Park. Original 90s.
Okay, so let me ask you this, because this is where the conversation turned when I gave my opinion when I first saw Jurassic Park. Because I first saw Jurassic Park a couple of years ago.
Okay.
When did you first see Jurassic Park?
When I was a kid.
When you were a kid. So do you think that the fact that you saw that movie, you grew up with that movie, does that influence how you feel about that film? Do you think if you saw Jurassic Park, the very first one, tomorrow, for the first time ever, at your age, do you think you'd be like, oh, this movie's fucking awesome, I love this movie? Or do you think it would be like, what the fuck am I watching here? Because that was, for me.
I'm going to go, what the fuck am I watching here?
Right. And that's my thing. I didn't see the movie till I was in my late 30s. So I'm just like, why do people like this? And it really is nostalgia, because everybody that I know that loves Jurassic Park saw Jurassic Park when they were a kid. Mm-hmm. I saw it in my 30s. I'm like, this movie is terrible. And then like I'm watching The Lost World because like I got assigned to watch all of them. Thank you, Brian. All of the Jurassic Parks up until this point. Like the new one that's coming out is the only one I haven't seen because Brian was like, you got to watch all these movies. That's your homework assignment. This is Joe
I'm
No
sure
Check.
the the new ones are more better.
I'll tell you what, man. It took until Jurassic World for me to find a human character I liked, and it was Jimmy Fallon playing himself. I actively, during The Lost World, Jurassic Park 2, I'm sitting there like, can the dinosaurs eat these annoying ass fucking children already? Let's see, blockbuster summer movies. Back to the Future.
Back to the Future. One of my favorite.
Mine too.
One of my fucking favorite.
Mine too.
Don't you ever remake them.
No, please don't. And they won't. That's the best thing is they won't. That's what's great.
Another thing. Don't you ever remake The Breakfast Club.
Breakfast, okay.
Leave that alone.
I've never seen The Breakfast Club.
Leave that alone.
I've never seen it.
You know?
Nope. He's gone. He's done. He's done. He's like, nope. I can't live in a world where somebody's not seen The Breakfast Club.
We're watching it.
I want to watch Demolition Man because did you see the new model of Taco Bell? Like
No.
there's a futuristic Taco Bell somewhere down south where it's like it just looks like a bank and it's like 4 drive-through lanes like you would find at a bank where you just have the automatic tellers and shit. Like,
All right, first of all, sometimes I forget that Lockport has a Taco Bell.
okay.
Because I go down transit and I see Mighty. It's like
I mean, Mighty's better anyway.
Yes.
But
people might disagree with us.
So they've got this new Taco Bell, and I knew about this before, but apparently people are just finding out about this. There's this Taco Bell. It looks like a bank. It's like 4 floors.
Cool.
It's got a Taco Bell logo on it, and then it's got like it looks exactly like a bank because you got the 4 drive-through lanes, like you would have at a bank. You know what I mean? Where you're like interacting through the tube. So and people are like, holy shit, Demolition Man is actually happening. This is real, because if you've seen Demolition Man, that's Taco Bell's the only food, like the only fast food place that survives. So I really want to watch Demolition Man. I haven't seen it since I was a kid. Terminator 2. Actually, let's talk about the Terminator franchise in general, but specifically, speaking of blockbusters, Terminator 2.
Judgment Day?
Judgment Day.
That one is actually my favorite.
Is it because you have a song in the soundtrack?
Shut up. No, it's not because of that. This is why I'll never go to karaoke with you. Because you'll say, John, okay, next up, John.
I picked a song for you, John.
Guns N' Roses.
I'm gonna host karaoke, and I'm just gonna be like, yo, you guys gotta come and support me while I host karaoke. And then you pick a song and be like, all right, next up is John. And then I'll just troll you by playing Sweet Child of Mine. And then like, okay, that's not his real song. This is what he really picked. Terminator franchise in general, and Laura's got the point. Terminator series ended after 2. Have you seen any of the Terminator movies past Terminator 2?
Actually, yeah, I watched them all.
Okay. Well, what do you think of the movies past? I mean, obviously T1 is a classic.
I started following. After like 2, I started like, what the fuck is going on now? I mean, the last one that just came out, Arnold Schwarzenegger. I thought that was okay.
Okay.
But after 2, it's like just decline.
Okay. Speaking of movies that declined, what about The Matrix? You seen The Matrix? All 3? Well, I guess there's 4 of them now. I haven't seen the 4th one.
I never watched it.
You never watched it? Okay. I'll tell you what. If you're gonna watch The Matrix, watch the first one. There's a really cool scene in the second one, and then just what the fuck was that third one? But the problem with the second one is the second one, much like Back to the Future 2, is an advertisement for the third movie. The only thing is, Back to the Future 2 and 3 were actually both pretty good in their own way.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, Matrix Reloaded was okay, and Revolutions just completely goes off the rails. And, like, what the fuck? And so the new one, apparently, I haven't seen it, but apparently it's like, it takes place outside of the Matrix, and they made a film about being in the Matrix. I don't fucking know. I don't know. Laura says that Sarah series was good, talking about the Sarah Connor Chronicles. That was a series on Fox. I've seen a few episodes. I actually liked it. So I never actually finished watching it, but I liked what I saw of it. It was on like Mondays, I think. So it's like, I'm not watching this. I got other stuff to watch. Laura has no memories of Matrix 2 or 3. She's seen them a couple of times. So there's one scene in the Matrix 2, the Matrix Reloaded. And I saw the Matrix Reloaded in theaters because I really liked the Matrix. And I knew they were doing 2 more movies. I just didn't think the second one was going to just be a 2-hour advertisement for the third. But there's a scene in Reloaded where Neo, which is Keanu Reeves' character, he's faced off with Agent Smith, who is able to replicate himself by, turning other people into him. So he's, he goes up to this guy. The guy goes, "You, yes, me, me." And he shoves his hand into his chest, turns the other guy into him, and he goes, "Me too." I like that part. That's like my favorite part of that movie. Like probably the most memorable part of the entire franchise for me. And I just was like I didn't want to see 3 because it was like, no, now I'm disappointed because 2 was just like, okay, watch 3. And I didn't want to see it. So my buddy I think he had a bootleg DVD of it and we watched it. And I was just like, what in the fuck is going on in this movie? Like, this is so stupid. I don't give a shit anymore. There's a car scene and it was something into the Animatrix. I actually just saw that recently, like a couple of years ago. Karina had them on DVD, so we sat around and just watched them one day. They were pretty good. I'll give you that one. Let's see. I'm trying to think of other like blockbuster movies. So like I don't know, I guess like Forrest Gump. What do you think of Forrest Gump? You seen Forrest Gump?
Yeah.
Okay, what do you think of Forrest Gump?
I don't know. It was life's box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get. So yeah.
I'm a fan of Forrest Gump.
Yeah,
I
am.
I own it on digital and Blu-ray and DVD, and I got to get the soundtrack at some point. I'm too cheap for that because it's kind of I'm too cheap for that. But I just bought the South Park box set with the soundtrack. So South Park, bigger, longer, and uncut. There's a blockbuster film for you.
South Park.
Yeah. Do you like South Park at all? And
I
have you
stopped
seen
watching
the movie?
it after today and made that ginger joke.
Oh, okay, I can see that. You go into hiding on Kick a Ginger Day.
Wait, what? That's a day?
Yes, apparently. So this is the thing. Apparently, it stemmed from that episode of South Park. It's a day in November. I don't know the actual date, but some people decided to actually go through with a Kick a Ginger Day. So that's one of the big controversies of South Park.
When is that?
Sometime in November. I don't know the actual date off the top of my head.
Okay, that's
so
when I hibernate.
I will.
No one's kicking me.
I will find out for you. Gingers have no soul, says Laura. She's
That's
seen
true.
that episode. And John's thoughts on the Power Rangers.
Power Rangers.
Power Rangers.
The originals.
The Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Yes, that's my Power Rangers.
Okay. What did you think of Did you like rush home from school to watch the miniseries with the Green Ranger and like he becomes the White Ranger and all that?
Me and my cousin Brandon used to rush home to watch Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Okay.
Have
you seen Bel-Air, the reboot?
No.
Okay,
I still got to see that.
Definitely check that out. I really enjoyed that. I think they did 10 episodes, and they're supposed to come back for a second season, but with the Will Smith Oscars controversy thing, who knows?
Yeah.
I guess we'll see. I'm hoping they come back with a second season because, like, that was a pretty good show. But we're going to play some music. Speaking of pretty good shows, Marina Laurendi, who I've never heard of until today, but she's got a new EP coming out. Her EP is called Stay Mine, and she's got a new song, a new single just came out, and she's celebrating the release of this new single on Saturday at Nietzsche's at 9 p.m. That's a $12 cover, 21 and up. And the song is called Gramercy, and here it is on All WNY, ThinkSoJoE Show.
You got the key to me. Treat me like I'm Gramercy. I'm your little village queen. It's all for you, baby. Hook me on the way you speak. I could stay for one more drink. Kiss me like I'm royalty. Treat me like I'm Gramercy. Started at the free hand, fingers on your waistband. I was getting drunk off the view of the scraper line. My kind of mountains made of stars and skies, kissing high-rise buildings over lovers like you and I. Forgot what it's like to be up here this high with someone like you. And I forgot what it's like to have this feeling I used to be addicted to. You got the key to me. Treat me like I'm Gramercy. Itching my own party, and it's all your fault, baby. Hook me on the way you speak. I could stay for one more drink. Kiss me like I'm royalty. Treat me like I'm Gramercy. Take me to the big game, kiss me on the L train. I never look better than I do when I'm with you. It's true, so don't act like you never knew. Neck snapping like, oh my God, look at that view. Please don't make me sorry, I love you. I think I see a halo above you. You got the key to me. Treat me like I'm Gramercy. I'm your little village queen, and it's all for you, baby. Hook me on the way you speak. I could stay for one more drink. Kiss me like I'm royalty. Treat me like I'm Gramercy. I think we're going south, we're at the devil's mouth. We passed all of the signs that said to turn around. I'm going under, are you coming too? The sun is shining down here, shining just for you. Shining just for you. You got the key to me. Treat me like I'm Gramercy. I'm your little village queen. It's all for you, baby. Yeah, hook me on the way you speak. of your fucking company. Treat me like I'm Gramercy.
That was Marina Laurendi, the song called Gramercy from her upcoming EP, Stay Mine. She's performing Saturday at Nietzsche's, 248 Allen Street here in Buffalo, to celebrate the release of her new single, Gramercy, which we just played, along with TK Lips and 100 Plus Club. That's at 9 p.m., $12, 21 and up. Anyway, no one says wasn't that bad to Home Alone 5. That's why she hired the hitman, she says. That he's waiting right outside the house for you.
Uh-oh.
Just super kick him.
Super kick party.
So we were talking about blockbuster films before the break.
Yes.
So I pulled up a list of the biggest blockbuster movies of each summer since the release of Jaws in 1975. And we can start at we started with 75. We talked about Jaws. We could talk about these movies because they are huge movies that a lot of people have seen. I haven't particularly seen the biggest summer blockbuster of 1976. I haven't seen it, but you may have. The Omen.
I've never seen it.
I have not either, so we'll skip that one. 1977 Star Wars. Star Wars Episode 4, A New Hope, which was just simply called Star Wars in 1977. What do you think of Star Wars? And specifically Episode 4. The original Star Wars, because there are more Star Wars movies coming up on this list.
There's Star Trek and there's Star Wars. I'm more of a Star Wars fan, so...
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought it was good.
Okay. 1978, Grease.
Don't watch Grease. Katie was right. Don't watch. I mean...
Oh, man.
Like...
I don't know a single dude who likes Grease.
So what? They give Grease as a bad name. Seriously.
I am not a fan. I hate that movie. I hate that soundtrack.
You will never see the Living Brain Dead cover in any of the songs.
It is almost as bad as hearing Drunken Bills fans sing the Isley Brothers. But yeah, that's I got a story about Grease, actually. My kid's mom loved that movie. She had the VHS tape, but she knew not to watch it when I was home. Except one day I was sick and I fell asleep on the couch and she put the movie on. And I woke up, I'm like, what the fuck? And I popped the movie out and I'm like, I opened up it was back on VHS, right? And if you know about VHS, there's a little door that flips open where the tape is inside.
Yeah.
So I flip open the thing and she thinks it's like fucking camera film where it's just going to instantly erase as soon as you open that cover. It's like, no, I'm threatening to pull the tape out of the tape. Like, it's going to play fine. This is not going to do anything to it. But, yeah, fuck that movie. I hate that fucking movie. 1979, The Amityville Horror. I haven't seen it. Have you?
No.
Okay.
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay. 1980, The Empire Strikes Back.
I've seen that once.
You've seen it once. Okay, I've seen it a couple of times. So I didn't get into Star Wars. Like, I'd seen them, but never really, like, watched them until I got a projector and I got the original trilogy on Blu-ray.
Yeah.
So I've watched them recently. I'm not huge into that genre. But I mean, I can watch Star Wars. I enjoy Star Wars. I liked Empire. I liked Jedi. I couldn't tell you which one I liked better because I've seen each of them maybe twice, and don't really, I know them better from their Family Guy parodies. 1981, Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones. I've probably seen it in the 80s. Yeah. I couldn't tell you anything about it.
I don't think I watched that.
Yeah, I couldn't tell you anything about it. 1982, E.T., the Extraterrestrial.
I have watched that one.
I've seen it recently, last 5-10 years. I thought it was really good when I rewatched it. I definitely saw it when I was a kid. My mom loved that movie, but I didn't really remember it. So when I got a chance to watch it, it was like, oh, you know what, I'm gonna watch E.T. And it wasn't bad. It held up pretty well. I give it credit there. 83, Return of the Jedi. So we've already mentioned Star Wars and Return of the Jedi, and you've seen all three of the original trilogy. Have you seen any of the other ones, the Phantom Menace and any of the like the prequels or any of that?
Not really, but
1980.
I'm gonna have to watch it.
1984, Ghostbusters.
Hands down, good movie.
I don't think I ever saw it when I was a kid, but I found it at Big Lots for like $5. And I came home and I watched it and I'm like, holy shit, why haven't I seen this movie before? It's a really good fucking movie.
Oh yeah. I don't understand when they remade it with the women, it wasn't like good.
I didn't see that one. I've honestly only seen the original. So I've never saw.
The original actors were in the movie.
Yeah.
But except for one, because he passed.
So they just did another one recently, and I haven't seen that either.
Yeah, none of the originals are in that.
No, there's another one recently, and I think they're all in it.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure. I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, somebody let me know in the chat. I'm sure you will.
I heard something about they're gonna do something.
Yeah.
But
1985. We've already talked about Back to the Future. 1986, Top Gun. I have not seen Top Gun, but I do own the soundtrack on vinyl and on digital. Mostly for Danger Zone, but especially mostly for Danger Zone, but especially for Take My Breath Away by Berlin. That is a fucking amazing. Berlin is a fucking awesome band. So, 1987, Beverly Hills Cop 2. I don't know if I've seen it.
Is it Eddie Murphy?
Eddie Murphy, yes.
Good movie.
Okay.
I love Eddie Murphy.
I don't know that I've seen any of the Beverly Hills Cop movies. I will have to check them out.
Definitely have to.
1988, Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Okay. Yeah.
When's the last time you saw Who Framed Roger Rabbit?
Back in the 90s?
Okay, I've seen it probably in the last couple of months because I watch it all the fucking time. It is one of my favorite movies. Actually, I'll tell you what. I watched it when I first got this 4K display in here because I was like, ooh, I could watch Who Framed Roger Rabbit in 4K. And let me tell you, don't watch it in 4K. But it is a great movie. It just doesn't look great in 4K. Like you can see right through, there's one scene, they're standing in, I don't know if you can see right through a tune to like the real life, or if you could see right through like Eddie Valiant to, that's what it was. You could see through Eddie Valiant and you could see like the toon animations behind him through him because the green screen effects weren't perfect. But of course it was 1989. So, or 88 rather. So what do you expect? 1989, Batman, Michael Keaton, Jack Nicholson.
That's my Batman.
It's a good Batman. Definitely a good, probably the best film adaptation of Batman.
Yeah.
I still think Mark Hamill as the Joker in the animated series and the Arkham games is the best Joker, but that's another debate for another time. 1990, Patrick Swayze in Ghost.
Okay.
I've never seen it.
What?
I've never seen it. Ghost.
I actually liked it.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm not gonna. I've never seen it. I don't know if it's good or not.
Movies.
So.
That's like one one of my favorite.
I've never seen it. I don't know if it's good or not, so I'm not going to judge you for it. So.
I would watch it.
We've already talked about 1991 was Terminator 2 Judgment Day. 1992, Batman Returns finds Michael Keaton confronting the detestable Penguin, played by Danny DeVito, and the slinky Catwoman, played by Michelle Pfeiffer. Batman Returns.
Batman Returns.
Yeah. Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman.
Yeah, I liked it.
Okay.
Wasn't bad.
I don't know that I've probably seen it.
Laura, you're right. Ghost is
Says
a
Ghost
great
is-
movie.
Ghost is a great. Who does Joe like? Who Framed Roger Rabbit based on nostalgia? No, I think it's a fantastic film even today. If I saw it today, I'd be like, "Yo, this plot of this movie is fucking killer." Which is probably why I like Chippendale Rescue Rangers, because that was you saw that. You
Yes,
said.
that was good.
Yeah, it was pretty good. We already talked about 1993 was Jurassic Park. 1994, The Lion King.
Okay. I loved it. Okay.
Okay,
I loved it.
I fucking love The Lion King. Did you,
I did cry when.
dude? Have you seen The Lion King 1.5? Which for our overseas viewers, you guys know it as The Lion King 3, but The Lion King 1.5. Have you seen that?
The realistic.
No, The Lion King 1.5 is The Lion King from Timon and Pumbaa's perspective.
No, I actually didn't see that.
You got to see it. It's on Disney Plus. Give it a watch. Have you seen? Yes, The Lion King was 94. Have you seen the live action Lion King with Beyonce as Nala?
No, I actually I saw it on Disney Plus and I meant to watch it. But
I saw that in.
I might watch that.
I saw that in theaters. I've actually also seen The Lion King, the original in 1994, in theaters in 3D.
Really?
So The Lion King, 1994 Lion King, was my kid's favorite movie when she was growing up. Watched it all the time. And then she loved The Lion King 2, which I've only seen once and it didn't do anything for me. I personally love The Lion King 1.5. Thought it was great. I think you should check it out. It is the events of The Lion King 1 from Timon and Pumbaa's perspective. So when they released The Lion King in 3D for an anniversary, I went and saw that in theaters in 3D without my kid. And then when they did the live action, CGI remake, I took my kid to see that at the AMC theater downtown, which was nice because it's like, ooh, padded seats with heater, like a back heater, like reclining, like, oh, this is great. I don't think I made it through the whole movie without falling asleep, but yeah. 1995, Batman Forever. Val Kilmer plays the Caped Crusader in a more campy direction by director Joel Schumacher, and he matches wits with Harvey Dent, known as Two-Face, and the Riddler, a former employee of Bruce Wayne seeking revenge. Batman Forever. I never saw it.
I did.
Okay.
It was good.
Okay.
I can't hate it.
You like the was that the one they had the nipples on the bat suit, or was that a later Batman? Okay.
Was that like Robin and I think wasn't it?
1996, Independence Day.
Yes.
Okay. When's the last time you saw Independence Day?
2 years ago?
Okay. So I saw Independence Day probably when it got released on VHS. Probably rented it from Blockbuster because it looked like a cool movie.
The first time I watched it was when I was in the 90s when it came out.
Yeah. And same here. I saw it then and I thought, like, oh man, this movie's cool as shit. And I tried watching it a few years ago and I couldn't stay awake. I don't know if it was like the movie or if I was just tired. So I'm not going to say that the movie didn't age well or whatever. I'm sure it did. And I was probably just tired because, my sleep schedule has sucked for 15 fucking years. So I'm not going to say anything negative about it, but because I do remember enjoying it when I saw it the first time.
They did a remake of it.
Yes.
Without Will Smith.
I've heard of that. So,
Yeah.
speaking of Will Smith, he was also in the 1997 biggest blockbuster, Men in Black.
Okay, I can get down with Men in
I like
Black.
Men in Black. I definitely did.
I liked all three.
I think I saw the second one. I have not seen the third, but I definitely saw the first, and I liked the first. 1998, Saving Private Ryan, which was a Joe Knows Jack. Brian made me watch this movie. It's an okay movie.
Yeah, it's okay.
I didn't mind. I don't remember hating it. 1991, we've already kind of touched on this. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, which of course was going to be the biggest blockbuster film. Like, they hadn't done a movie in, 20 years almost at that point? What was the last one, like 87 or something? No, 87 was Beverly Hills. When the fuck was the previous Star Wars? Return of the Jedi in 83, so it would have been like a long-ass time since the last Star Wars film. So, of course, that was going to be the biggest fucking movie of 1990, whatever the fuck we're on. This article just went completely blank on me. Oh, there it goes. So, of course, that was going to be the biggest blockbuster film. I don't think I've ever even seen it. So, and it was around that time that they started remaking the original Star Wars, like not remaking them, but just adding new shit into them. Like, because George Lucas is like, nah, this movie's still not done. Movie's been out since 1977. It's still not done. You know, do you know, even if you saw this movie in the 1970s, Star Wars, I'm talking about the original Star Wars, you didn't see the original fucking Star Wars unless you saw it in theaters when it first came out. Because he was making changes as soon as that shit hit home video. As soon as that shit hit home video, he was making changes.
1973?
In the late 70s, 77 was when Star Wars came out.
I wasn't even alive then.
Yeah, neither was I. But literally, if you were not seeing Star Wars in the theater in 1977, you did not see the original Star Wars. 2000, Mission Impossible 2.
I haven't.
Was that with like Metallica and Limp Bizkit on the soundtrack? I haven't seen the movie, but I'm sure I've heard most of the soundtrack. Here we go. 2001, Shrek.
Good.
Shrek is a great fucking movie.
Donkey.
Shrek is one of the best movies, for sure. 2002, Spider-Man. That is Tobey Maguire Spider-Man.
That's my Spider-Man.
Okay. So I have an unopened DVD copy of one of the films from that particular Spider-Man franchise. I think it might be the first one. Macho Man Randy Savage was in it. I like that. But like, I caught the tail end of it on TV not too long ago, and I'm like, man, this movie looks like shit. And I mean, granted, the movie is 20 years old, so the technology in film and video has like greatly progressed since then. But it's just like, man, this movie looks cheesy as fuck. And but that's, I don't know if I've ever actually like sat and watched the entire fucking movie. So, 2003, Finding Nemo. Have you seen that? I haven't.
I have.
Okay. I have not. What do you think of Finding Nemo?
I love it.
All right. 2004. This is a sequel, and usually we know what we usually know about sequels. They're usually not nearly as good as the first movie. The second movie, this sequel in 2004, the biggest blockbuster of the summer, Shrek 2. What do you think of Shrek 2? Particularly in relation to the first Shrek.
I think all the Shrek movies are good.
All the Shrek movies. I liked Shrek 2. I absolutely love Shrek 2. I think it's even better than the first. But 3 and 4, dude, come on.
Well, yeah. But I would say my top 2 out of 1 to 4 is the first one and the second one.
Yeah, absolutely. Number 3 had like Justin Timberlake as the prince or something, right? Like,
Yeah.
or was that 4? One of the, I don't know. I liked Shrek. I liked Shrek 2, and I like after that it's just like 2005 Star Wars Episode 3: Revenge of the Sith. So by this point, I think neither of us really gave too much of a shit about Star Wars. So 2006 Pirates of the Caribbean: Dead Man's Chest. I've never seen any of those.
I didn't get really into that.
I've never seen any of those. My guitar player from my last band, my original guitar player, was like super into those. Had all the movie posters. Just loved fucking Johnny Depp and Keira Knightley. Like, I never saw any of them, so I've got no opinion on Pirates of the Caribbean. 2007 Spider-Man 3.
No.
Okay. 2008 The Dark Knight. That is Christian Bale as Batman, Heath Ledger as the Joker. Oscar-winning performance for Heath Ledger as the Joker. What do you think of the film overall, The Dark Knight? Have you seen it?
Yeah, I seen it.
Okay.
It's all right.
Okay. Well, for you, before I give my opinion here, what is the worst part about that movie?
Worst part.
The worst thing at all in that film?
Well, you want me to remember now?
Well, I'm saying it could be a scene, it could be some bit of acting. I just, if there's one thing you warned somebody going into watching The Dark Knight for the first time, what would it be?
That's a good question.
Because for me, it is Christian Bale's shitty Batman voice.
That would be mine.
I would probably have liked that movie if anybody else was playing Batman. That movie, okay, I'm starting to get into this movie, and then
I'll
Christian
play
Bale
Batman.
opens his fucking mouth, and it's like, God damn it, what the fuck? Why, like, you don't have to change that much from your original voice. You don't have to go like this. I'm Batman. Like, nobody else fucking plays Batman that far off from how they play Bruce Wayne. Why does he have to do it? It just takes me out of the...
Should have put you at Batman. That was pretty good.
It just takes me out of the fucking movie. I don't do your fucking Batman voice, dude. Like, everybody loves that fucking movie except for me and you, apparently, because I can't stand that fucking Christian Bale Batman voice.
My favorite Batman's from the Lego movie.
Lego movie, all right. 2009, Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen. We'll talk about the Transformers series as a whole, the live action Michael Bay Transformers movies, because I'm not going to be able to talk about individual films from that series because I saw one in the theaters because holy shit, Transformers, and then I saw 2 on like HBO, and I'm like, I'm done. Which I think was this one. I think, was this the second one? The second highest movie. It doesn't say which movie in the series this is, but Revenge of the Fallen It has to be the second one because the first one came out around 2007-ish, and this is 2009. So, because I know the Simpsons movie also came out the same year as the Transformers original Michael Bay movie. So Transformers... Now, you're younger than me. I don't know that you necessarily grew up with the Transformers, the animated series.
I never really got into it.
Okay. So did you
honest.
see any of the Michael Bay live-action Transformers movies?
Yeah, but I wouldn't say I'm a fan.
Okay. I am not a fan at all. I think they're fucking terrible. Which is why I didn't want to see his Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles adaptations. Because the fucking the first one was okay. It was definitely helped by, being able to look at Megan Fox. But, it's just like, no, this movie, what the fuck? This movie makes no fucking sense.
No sense.
And then the second movie I saw, and I'm just like, I'm done. and I own all 5 of them. I got them for free. So it's like, yeah, well, for free, fuck it. I'll put them in my library. I might, maybe if I'm bored enough, I'll watch them. I still haven't watched any of them past the second one. Fuck them. I shouldn't say I have all of them because I have like the first 5, and then they made like 3 more, including the Bumblebee one with Laura's favorite actor there, John Cena.
My Ninja Turtle movie was the 90s.
The 1, 2, or 3, because there was 3 in the 90s. So Ryan and I actually had this conversation not too long ago.
My favorite had to be 1 and 2.
Okay, yeah, I've seen 3 maybe once. Like, I have an unopened DVD copy because I'm like, I saw this on TV once and it was terrible. But the first 2, for sure. 1 is certainly better than 2, in my opinion, but Ryan and I were talking about this, and we had this, we both have this one scene that we find super quotable from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, and it's where Raph goes missing, and they've got him tied up in the junkyard, and they find him, and it's like, it's quiet. Yeah, a little too quiet. It's Raph. Yeah, a little too Raph. Which, by the way, I have the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2.
like the Vanilla Ice thing going.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2 Secret of the Ooze soundtrack on vinyl, including Ninja Rap. So
I should have picked that for an 80s album.
Yeah. Laura's right. It's music time, and we'll come back and we'll talk about the 2010s. I'm in this band. I'm on this song. Yellow Sauce is performing as part of an acoustic banger by DeFabulous Productions this Saturday at Stamps, The Bar, 98 Main Street in Tonawanda. Can we talk about the fact, if you know anything about Seinfeld, can we talk about the fact that Stamps, The Bar, has a bunch of Seinfeld signage up in the bar? Like, the irony of the fact that a place called Stamps is talking about Seinfeld, given what happened to George's fiance. Are you familiar with Seinfeld at all? Do you know what happened?
Oh, yeah.
You know what happened to George's fiance? How she died?
Yeah, the envelope.
She was looking at the envelope. So isn't it ironic to you that a place called Stamps is obsessed with Seinfeld? That came to mind last night. I was thinking about. Anyway, but Yellow Sauce performing Saturday at Stamps, 98 Main Street in Tonawanda, along with Philip Stephen, Julian Bergio, and Astra Beulah. 7:30, $7 at the door, 21 and up. This is Yellow Sauce, and this song is called Under the Sun on all WNY ThinkSoJoE Show.
Sandy, a deadly wander through the great deserts of the Earthland. Each hopeless step through the desert more painful than the last, as our dehydrated heroes march to their apparent demise. Miles from any life, water, or shelter, all hope seems lost for the sauce. But sometimes, the most important battles we face are also the most difficult. And never were things as difficult as they were under the sun.
across the sea. There is still a danger that is yet unseen. The gods of rock will set us free to save the world from all this pain and misery. We'll drown myself in water and I'll freeze to death to feel the wind. I'm pretending it's all we'll run another song before we let it get under the skin. But you'll never hear it anyway. And on that night, more than any other night, we were lost, we were hopeless, we were dehydrated. No sign of any buildings, trees, people. Never did the world seem so bleak and sad. Life as we know it could come to an abrupt and hideous end at any moment, and here we are, your only hope, about to be meat for a bunch of chinchillas or some shit. But then off in the distance, we saw this thing, this desert thing, a pointy thing. What are they called, Ryan? A tumbleweed? A what?
It's a fucking cactus.
Oh, that's right, a cactus.
God damn it. Fuck.
Cacti, truly a strange and curious cactus indeed. But cactuses contain water, and at this particular point in time, we were pretty fucking thirsty. So Ryan ripped a limb and sunk his teeth in, as did I, as did Bob. And we sat back, we looked at the stars, we counted the constellations, dropped the L's and carried the Y's, but you can't divide by zero, so we failed math class. We left the turtles on the ceiling and went back to sleep. And I know a lot more happened, but right from there, it's all just a haze.
Yellow Sauce, that song called Under the Sea. Catch us on Saturday at Stamps with Philip Stephen, Julian Bergio, and Astrabula. Astrabula's fantastic. I'm sure the other two are too, but I'm not overly familiar with their stuff. So, but I wanted to play some Yellow Sauce because we haven't played them on the show in a while, and I figured I'd play a track that I'm on. So, there you go. So we were talking about summer blockbusters and our thoughts on summer blockbusters, and we're getting into the 2010s now. So we're gonna start with a Disney film, but then it's going to be a shit ton of Marvel movies. So we're gonna start with 2010, Toy Story 3.
I can't.
You can't.
I can't watch it again.
You can't watch.
I can't.
Too emotional?
Yes.
Okay. Fair enough. I did see Toy Story 3 in theaters, and it is definitely, that movie definitely makes you feel, and I am so disappointed it didn't win Best Picture. I don't know what the fuck won. Hey, Google, what was Best Picture in 2010?
For the 1st of January 2010, the 31st of December 2010, the Academy Award for Best Picture winners were The Hurt Locker.
The Hurt Locker. I never say. You ever seen the Hurt Locker?
No.
Neither have I. Anybody in the chat seen The Hurt Locker? And if you did, should it have won the Oscar for Best Picture over Toy Story 3? Toy Story 3 was a fantastic fucking movie.
It was.
The Toy Story movie. Toy Story 1 is great.
Oh, yeah.
Toy Story 2, what do you think of Toy Story 2? That is the collector gets a hold of Woody.
I like that one.
Okay, it's okay. It's not as good as 1 or 3. Have you seen 4?
No, actually,
I thought 4 was okay. Like 1 and 3 are the good. So like the odd number one. So if they come out with the Toy Story 5, that one would probably be good. Yeah.
Oh, they're coming out.
Buzz Lightyear. Yeah, I know that's it looks interesting. I guess. Laura liked Toy Story 2 and 3. I guess I'm the only one who's like, Toy Story 2 is okay. 2011. Oh, okay. We're not getting into Marvel movies just quite yet. Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. You seen that? Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2? Have you seen it? I've never seen any of the Harry Potter movies. And fuck that transphobe J.K. Rowling. I'm never going to see her in any of her fucking movies. So, Laura says she didn't want to see Toy Story 4 because 3 was a perfect end. Yes. 4 was a good story. 4 was okay, but I mean, like 3 might have been the best out of the 3. Out of the 4,
so I can't say.
Yeah, I think 3 might have been the best out of the 4.
I stopped at 3 because it was
a very
saying goodbye to Andy.
Absolutely, just such a good movie. Such a good movie. And I saw it in the theaters, and I'm fighting back tears, man, because that was a beautiful ending to that movie. But I caught 4, I think, on like Disney Plus when it first came out, and it was okay. All right, 2012, The Avengers. That was the biggest summer blockbuster of 2012, was The Avengers. So I'm gonna preface the rest of this decade by saying I've only seen a couple of the fucking Marvel movies.
Same.
That's not one of them. Have you seen The Avengers? That's where like they all get together, Iron Man and Captain America and all them. They all get together. You've seen that? How? What did you think of that?
It was decent. I mean, it was funny. There was some funny parts in it.
Okay, I never saw it. I've also never seen 2013 Iron Man 3. I've never seen that. I've never seen any of the Iron Man movies. In fact, let's say this. If Iron Man was in the movie, I haven't seen it.
I would watch the Iron Man movies. They're good.
Okay. 2014, great soundtrack here, and I have seen this movie, Guardians of the Galaxy. You seen Guardians? It was okay.
Yeah. I have seen it.
I didn't dislike it. I do own Guardians 2. I just never watched it.
Groot's my favorite.
Yeah. Groot, I think, is everybody's favorite. I personally love the soundtrack. I have it on vinyl. It is just great. I will sit here and just listen to Hooked on a Feeling all day. 2015, Jurassic World. Now we've talked about Jurassic Park and the franchise in general. Have you seen Jurassic World?
No.
Okay, I have. And it was the first Jurassic Park movie where I found somebody I actually liked in it. It was Jimmy Fallon as himself on a TV screen like, hey, look, a likable character. But that's just me. I don't have that nostalgia for Jurassic Park, so it's not big for me. 2016, Finding Dory. I've already said I've never seen Finding Nemo, so of course I've never seen Finding Dory.
I've never seen Finding Dory.
You haven't seen that one? Okay, so we'll skip that. 2017, Wonder Woman. Gal Gadot is Wonder Woman.
Yeah, she was good in Wonder Woman.
Okay, I never saw it, so I don't know. 2018, The Incredibles 2. I've seen The Incredibles 1. I've never seen 2.
I've seen 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Not 2.
So as we get closer to now, and this only goes up to 2019, which is the next year. As we get closer to now, we're like, I haven't seen this movie. 2019, at the point that this article was released, the biggest movie at that point of 2019 was Aladdin, the live-action version of Aladdin.
I haven't seen it.
I have not seen it either. I don't want to because I like the original. So, and nobody, not even Will Smith, is going to replace Robin Williams.
Great.
So
great genie, Robin Williams. Big fan of him.
Let me see if we can get more up-to-date information here. Shrek 2, okay. Oh, is this in order? Yeah, okay, this is in order. So, okay. Where do we leave off? 2019. 2019, it ended up getting, and this also ends at 2019. 2019 ended up going to Avengers Endgame. Which is that the one where everybody got snapped out of existence, or was that I never seen any of them, so I don't know. I don't know which one's which. I'll tell you what. One of my assignments from Brian, he wanted to get me into these Marvel movies, and he said you got to start with Captain America. That's the first one. You got to watch that movie, and that movie bored the shit out of me. And I refused to watch the rest of the franchise. I have seen, again, Guardians of the Galaxy. I thought that was pretty good. Yeah, that's fair. There wasn't a big blockbuster in 2020. No one was going anywhere, so that is fair. Absolutely. I think that's probably around when Toy Story 4 came out, because everybody saw it on Disney Plus. But yeah, I mean, I never got into these Marvel movies. I watched Captain America. I thought it sucked. I thought Guardians of the Galaxy was good, but it wasn't like good enough where I'm going to be like, ooh, I got to watch the rest of these now. So, and maybe I'm shitting on, maybe you're a fan. I know my yellow sauce brother Leland is a huge Marvel movie guy, so maybe he's watching and he's like, what the fuck? How am I in a band with a dude that doesn't like the Marvel movies? But, yeah, I saw Captain America, and I'm like, nope, done. Just fucking done. I'm not really a big movie guy anyway, so, like, the fact that I seen a bunch of those movies on that list was just like, oh, shit, okay, cool. Like, I can actually speak about this movie. But, yeah, I couldn't. I think out of the Marvel movies, I've seen Guardians, I've seen Captain America, and I think that's it. I own Guardians 2. I haven't watched it, but I own it. Because my buddy bought the Blu-ray, and he's like, anybody want my digital code? I'm like, yeah, I'll take it. I'll watch that eventually, and I still haven't watched it, so, but, I've seen all the Shrek movies. I've seen all the Toy Story movies, so I could talk about those, but I didn't like Shrek much after the second one. Like, the second one was great, and then the third one is like, why are you guys, like, cash grab? Come on, get out of here with this. Should have left it at 2. Just like Toy Story should have left it at 3, probably. I mean, Forky's a good character. Not gonna say Forky's a bad character, but you could have left Toy Story at 3 and been done. Absolutely, I will agree with you and Laura that Toy Story should have ended at 3. Great movie. I am so glad to know that nobody wants to remake or redo or revisit or do another sequel to Back to the Future. Like, the director is like, we own the rights to it, and it's not fucking happening.
Leave it alone.
Yeah, leave that alone. Do not touch it. It is a classic. I mean, they could have left Star Wars at 3. But then it would have made no sense that the numbers of the first 3 movies were 4, 5, and 6 if they didn't go back and do 1, 2, and 3. Of course, I don't think they added the 4, 5, and 6 until they went and did 1, 2, and 3, but... And they're making bank on all these new Star Wars movies, right? They got a new... and all the new, like, the Mandalorian, and there's a Obi-Wan Kenobi franchise that just came out, series. So they're making bank on Star Wars, so who can blame them for doing it? But I mean, do you really have to go and change the originals while you're doing it? People love those movies, just leave them.
Yeah, leave them alone. Seriously.
Come on. I have pictures of me and Scott Leffler at Star Wars night a few years ago, over the Bison's ballpark. They do the which they're bringing back Star Wars if they haven't already. They're bringing back Star Wars night at Coca-Cola Field down there. Is it Is it no? It's Salem's Field now, right?
Salem's Field.
Yeah.
We drove past it.
They changed the damn name of it, so you know. I remember it was Pilot Field, and then it was North America Park, and then it was just the ballpark downtown.
The ballpark.
And then we change our major league affiliations. We were with what, the Cleveland Indians when years ago, and then we were with the Mets, and now we're with the Blue Jays. Like, come on, it's confusing. But yeah, they're releasing too much Star Wars stuff, says Laura. Yeah, it
Exactly.
sells.
Does sell.
It sells. People will watch it. There are people who have probably literally seen every single second of every Star Wars thing that's ever been put out, including the Christmas special, and probably the video games and the comics and the extended novels, and they know the extended universe. I don't know any of that shit. I barely know the first 3 movies. Like, I am way more familiar with Family Guy's parodies of those 3 movies than I am of the actual movies themselves. But again, I'm not the guy to go to when you want to, be like, hey, you've seen this movie, right? So the fact that I've seen them should surprise people, let alone the fact that I actually kind of like them. But I haven't like gone out to buy the prequels or the Solo Star Wars story or whatever the fuck, that kind of shit. So I don't know, what are we missing as far as big, huge movies that everybody likes that we haven't talked about? I don't know, the Star Trek movies. You said you're more Star Wars than Star Trek. Have you seen any of the Star Trek movies?
Yeah.
Okay.
Never a big fan.
So I have never seen the first Star Trek movie because my assignment was to watch all of the Star Trek movies except for that one because Brian didn't want to bore me to death. I liked the rest of, most of the rest of the Star Trek movies. Rocky. You seen the Rocky movies?
Yeah.
You like Rocky?
Yeah.
Okay. Rocky was another series of movies I had to watch for the podcast with Brian, and I liked them so much. I got like the first 5 on DVD, and we saw like my assignment was all of the Rocky films plus Balboa plus Creed. And Creed 2 hadn't come out yet, but I've seen all of the Rocky films up through Creed. And they're all fucking great in their own way. So
Yeah, they are.
Laura saw the Star
No
Trek.
doubt.
Laura saw the Star Trek 2009 film. I'm pretty sure I saw that. I think that was part of it. I think I liked it, if I recall correctly. I don't know. I never got too into Star Trek. I remember, like, I would be up, much like I am now, to like, 3, 4, 5 in the morning. And I would always put on Fox, and Fox would show like an episode of The Simpsons, then an episode of Married with Children, and then an episode of like one of the Star Trek series, and then an episode of something else I wanted to watch, which I don't remember exactly what it was. But like, I just remember sitting there watching that Star Trek show that just happened to be in between all these other shows that I actually wanted to watch. And just the plot of every single episode of this Star Trek series was the same. Is somebody infiltrates the ship and they have to get them off the ship. It was the plot of every single episode of that series. I don't remember which one it was. It might have been Voyager or Deep Space Nine, one of those. But yeah, come on. But the films were okay. The films were pretty good, I thought. I feel like maybe we're missing some big franchises. Can't think of any off the top of my head, or just big films in general. So I brought up Forrest Gump because I didn't know if it was going to be on any of those lists, but that was a big movie and one of my favorites.
I'm trying to think.
Yeah.
What are we missing?
Yeah. I don't know, like Driving Miss Daisy and shit like that. I haven't seen that, but The best movie to come out in 1989. 89? I think maybe UHF? Was that 89? I don't know. Best movie to come out in 1986 was The Transformers. The original fucking cartoon Transformers movie. Where they fucking they kill everybody. And so, you know, they make this movie in 1986 based on the Transformers, where they literally kill almost every character and introduce new characters in their place. And do you know why?
Why?
So that they can make more toys and sell more toys. Oh, all the kids already have the season 1 toys. We need to kill them off and make season 2 toys. So they kill off, like, you know, spoiler alert for a 30-something-year-old movie. So they kill off Megatron, and they kill off Optimus Prime, and they kill off, like, all the fucking popular characters. To this day, I know grown men who cry when Optimus Prime dies in that movie. And they introduce, you know, newer version, like you know, Ultra, you know, what the fuck was his, like, Hot Rod becomes Rodimus Prime or something like that, and, like, Ultra Magnus becomes, like, the leader of the Autobots for a minute. It's like, you know, we're gonna push these new toys now. You know, forget about Optimus Prime. He's dead now. And then there was such a backlash, they had to end up bringing him back. And they tried to do the same thing with G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
That was the plan for the G.I. Joe animated movie, was they were gonna kill one of the most popular characters, but because of the backlash they got from killing Optimus Prime, they were like, oh no, he's not dead. He's just, like, in a coma or something. You know? So, yeah, that's, I don't know. Like, the biggest movies for me growing up that we all went to the theater and saw was, like, Beavis and Butthead Do America. Have you seen the trailer for Beavis and Butthead Do Space, or whatever the fuck this new movie come out?
Actually.
Okay, so I've seen the trailer. It looks hilarious. I can't wait for it to come out. It comes out later this month, I think on the 24th or 25th or something like that. I'm looking forward to it. I loved Beavis and Butthead Do America, so I'm really looking forward to it's Beavis and Butthead Do the Universe, I think is the name of the film. So I saw the trailer. It looks pretty funny. I'm looking forward to seeing that. South Park just released another special. So the deal with South Park right now, and then we'll play a song, we'll get out of here. The deal with South Park right now is they have rights, and this latest special that just came out is basically an allegory to this whole situation. They bought, so they signed a contract with HBO Max.
Yeah.
So all the episodes of South Park are available on HBO Max, including the newest season, season 25. All available on HBO Max, but they found a loophole in that allowed them to make specials for Paramount Plus. Anything that airs on Comedy Central goes to HBO Max. Anything that doesn't is fair game. So they make these specials now for Paramount Plus, which they did for the South Park Streaming Wars, which was basically an allegory for, man, we fucked up taking all these streaming deals. But when the contract with HBO Max runs out, all the South Park stuff is going to be on Paramount Plus instead, which I'm surprised it wasn't in the first place, but what are you going to do? Just watched season 25 this morning. It's only 6 episodes. It's actually pretty funny and pretty good. Streaming Wars is okay. You really want to see good South Park, watch the previous 2 specials, where the COVID specials on Paramount Plus. But anyway, we're going to get out of here. We're going to play some music from Katspô, who are performing Sunday at Bug Jar. That's 219 Monroe Avenue in Rochester, along with Circuit, P.S. You're Dead, and Shallow Teeth. That show is at 8 p.m. It's $10, 21 plus at the door. 18 to 20 advance tickets. You could, if you're 18, between the ages of 18 and 20, you can buy advance tickets. That's apparently a Rochester thing because they do it in Montage all the time too. But you can buy those in advance up to noon the day of the show. And that's Sunday at Bug Jar. This is Katspô, and this song is called S Laughter on All WNY ThinkSoJoE show, and we'll see you next week.
Don't know how much more of this torment I